Schön wie die Levone, lichtig wie die Sterne, von Himmel am Matone bist du mir zugeschickt. Mein Glück hab ich gewonnen, wenn ich habe dich gefunden. Scheinst wie tausende Sonnen aus mein Herz beglückt. Deine Zähnlich weiß.
I can hear the song.
So just a
She
moment.
can hear you.
Don't worry, if it's no good, I can sing it.
Just a moment. No.
It's the screen.
Schön wie die Levone, lichtig wie die Sterne, von Himmel am Matone bist du mir zugeschickt. Mein Glück hab ich gewonnen, wenn ich habe dich gefunden. Scheinst wie tausende Sonnen aus mein Herz beglückt. Deine Zähnlich weiße Perle, mit deine schöne Augen, deine Hände, deine Herrle, hast mich zugezeugen, schön wie die Levone, lichtig wie die Sterne, von Himmel am Matone bist du mir zugeschickt. Der Moich ist mir zumischt, ich geh ja rum zu Chicht, weiß allein nicht, was ich find. Ich schäm sich, ich bin reut, die Zung ist bei mir teut, ich kann nicht sagen, was ich will. Du bist da rein zu mir, in Herzen auf Quartier, ich tracht wie zu sagen dir. Also du bist mein Glück hab ich gewonnen, wenn ich habe dich gefunden. Scheiß wie tausende Sonnen aus mein Herz beglückt. Deine Zähnlich weiße Perle, mit deine schöne Augen, deine Hände, deine Herrle, hast mich zugezeugen, schön wie die Levone, lichtig wie die Sterne, von Himmel am Matone bist du mir zugeschickt.
Welcome tenants.
Bist du mir zugeschickt.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry, I forgot to do one thing, and because of it, I couldn't move the slide. Okay, now hopefully I will be able to.
Shonda.
Yes. Yeah, I just forgot that. Okay. Janet, can you start reading the English, please?
Joseph Rumchinsky was born near Vilna in 1888. He studied music as a child, and at the age of 19, he founded the Hatzomer Chorus in Lodz, which attracted a large audience. He emigrated to America in 1904, where he became a major conductor and composer of songs and operettas for the Yiddish theater on 2nd Avenue. His musical, Die Goldene Kala, was The Golden Bride, was produced in 1923 and was revived by the Volksbühne in 2016. Chaim Tauber was born in Ukraine in 1901. He wrote songs and screenplays and acted in Yiddish theater and film. His starring role was in the 1939 film Motschel der Arbeiter, in which he plays Mottel, a garment worker in a sweatshop who leads a strike and is severely injured by strikebreakers. Rumschinsky and Tauber wrote the song Schön wie die Lavone, as beautiful as the moon. It is sung here by Yafa Yakoni, who was an immensely popular Israeli singer born in Givat Ramban. Givat Ramban.
Yeah, Givat Rambam. Yeah, thank you. Okay, let's start with Alvin. Can you read, please, Alvin?
Ja, kennst du hören?
Yes.
Schijn die Lavone, beautiful as the moon, lichtig wie de sterren, bright as the stars. Von Himmel am Betonne, from heaven a gift. Bist du mir bist du mir as a gift, as a gift from heaven that was sent to me. Mein Glück hat ich gewonnen, wenn ich hab dir gefunden. My happiness was sealed when I found you. Changed the tausend Sonnen, beautiful as 1,000 suns. Hast du mein Herz beglückt. You made my heart so happy.
Isn't
shines-
Glick the same as luck?
Sorry? Glick? Yeah. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Leah. It is the same.
as luck?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
By the way, I don't know. When I got married at my rehearsal dinner, my husband's old grandmother who was dying sang this to me.
That's nice.
Beautiful. Yeah, I love this.
That's a nice one. So, yeah, Morty, yeah.
Yes, in the next to the last line, scheinst is not shine. Scheinst is you shine like 1,000 suns.
Mhm. Yes. Thank you, Morty. Yes.
Also, may I speak?
Yes.
Von Himmel am Atone. No. Ich hab dir wenn ich hab dir gefunden, when I found you, that's when he said it reverse.
Okay, but it's the same. Yeah. It's the same. It's not.
Yeah.
Okay, Leah, read.
You want me to read?
Yes.
Deine Zendelach, weiße Perlach, mit deine schöne Augen. Deine Händelach, deine Herrlach, aus mir zugezeugen. Schön wie die Levune, lichtig wie die Sterne, von Himmel am Atune, bist du mir zugeschickt.
Okay. So, can you translate, please?
I'll try. Your Zendelach, I think.
Yeah.
Zendelach is what, teeth?
Yes.
Little teeth.
Teeth, yeah. White. Weiße Perlach is pearls. What is
Yes.
Perlach?
White
Yeah.
light.
What is it?
Pearls. Her teeth
Pearls.
were like white
What is
pearls.
weiße Perlach?
Is saying, Maurice is telling you. Listen, Maurice, again, please.
Her teeth, her Sandelach, are like white pearls, like little white pearls.
I missed the last word. What is Perlach?
Pearls. Perlach. Pearls. Like a necklace.
Pninim.
of
Like
Pninim.
the earrings.
Aminim. Okay, Vanti. Okay, mit deine schöne Augen with beautiful eyes. Deine Händelach. I don't know how you're going to say. I know what Händelach is, but I don't know how to translate it.
Charm.
Dimples.
Dimples? Is it?
Dimples.
Oh,
I thought Chain is charm.
That's
Yes,
what I
it's
thought.
charm. It's
Yeah.
also dimples.
yeah. Deine Herrlach. Erlach is what? Ears?
Hair.
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 Oh, Osmi, you were sent to me. It's
No,
beautiful.
you attracted
Zugezeugen.
me.
You were what?
You attracted me. You
Oh,
pulled
wow.
me
Good
towards
word
you.
to know.
You would
As
It's from the
beautiful
verb
as the
ziehen.
moon. Okay. As beautiful as the moon, as light wie die, what's the what's Stern?
Stars.
Light as
Stars.
stars. From heaven, a gift you were sent to me.
Good.
Good. Okay, thank you. Bonnie, can you continue?
Der Moon is mir ziemlich. Ich gehe
Zechusht, right.
How do you pronounce it?
It's either zechusht or zechisht. If you want to make it rhyme with tzemish, it's
Okay.
zechisht.
Oh,
Gewischt. Okay. Geweest alleen niet was ik veel. Ik scham zich. Ik ben rood. Die zonnig. Zung. Die zung.
tongue.
Yeah, die tongue is by near toit.
Dead.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to try. So I'm not sure what moon.
Isn't it Moach?
Yeah,
Moich.
brain.
Oh, moch.
Brain.
Moich.
One person.
Moich is mind, brain.
Oh, mind. Oh, moch. Okay. The mind. I guess it's my mind is turned around, confused. I guess.
Confused, right.
I go around. Zechisht again is wait. I'm not sure what.
Zechisht is like totally stunned.
Okay, yeah. I go around totally stunned. I don't know. I know. I alone know. Don't know. I guess I don't know what.
Don't know.
I don't know what I'm feeling.
Good,
Yeah.
Okay. I'm embarrassed.
good.
I am and I'm red. I guess red in the face, probably.
Right.
The tongue, is that tongue? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, tongue.
My tongue is my tongue is dead.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Maurice, any comments?
No, it's fine. In the third line, the allein, geweest alleen niet was ich feel. I myself don't know what I feel.
Yeah, I mean, I know it was in there. I just wasn't sure.
Right. Allein can mean alone.
Alone,
It just
yeah.
means myself.
Yeah, it's just like more. It's a deeper expression.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dank.
Okay. Hilda, can you continue?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Okay. Ich kann nicht sagen, was ich feel. I don't know what I feel.
No,
That's
was ich
will.
will, not
Will,
feel.
what I want.
Oh, was ich will. All right. Okay. I don't know what I want. Du bist rein zu mir. You have come inside me.
Good.
In Herzen euch here. You've taken up residence in my heart.
Right.
Okay. Tracht wie zu sagen dir, as du bist. I'm thinking of saying to you that you are.
Thinking of how to tell you that you are.
wie zu sagen. I'm
How to tell you
trying to
that.
think how to tell you
Right.
how you are.
That you are.
Mein Glück habe ich gewonnen, wenn ich habe dich gefunden. I found my luck or my joy and then when I found you.
Good.
Scheinst wie die Levone, you shine like the moon.
Tausend Sonnen, like a
Shines
thousand
with
suns.
tausend
Sonnen, sorry. You shine like 1,000 suns. Hast du mein Herz beglückt. You have made my heart joyful.
Good.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Okay, Steve, can you continue?
Deine zendelig weiße Perle mit deine schöne Augen, deine Handele, deine Herrle, hast mich zu gezeugen. So your little pearly white teeth, and your beautiful eyes, they've your I think it says it's not Handela, right? It's
Handler.
Your charm.
It could be charms or your dimples.
Right. Your hair has made me as attached. I've attached to you. I've become one with you, or something like that.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Bonnie. Yeah.
Yeah, Chandelig. Is that from Hebrew? Because I don't see any vowels.
It's from Chen, yes.
Chen.
Chen is charm.
Yeah, my mother used it all the time, but I was surprised. I didn't know the Chen came from Hebrew. Adam.
Yes, it is Hebrew, yes. Okay, Steve, just finish it, please.
Schön wie die Levone, lichtig wie die Sternen, vom Himmel Amatona bist du mir zugeschickt. You're as beautiful as the moon and light as a stern. And my mother was a stern, and she was very bright. From Himmel, you are a gift to me. That you're a gift that the heaven has given to me.
Good.
Okay, good, thanks. Okay, that's Yafa Yarkoni in her good time, during her good times.
Was she a Yemenite?
No, she was born in Tashkent.
Oh, okay.
So Tashkent is in Russia, but in the eastern parts of Russia.
It was a very popular song.
It's very popular, yeah.
I'm glad you brought it to us.
Good.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Hopefully I will be able to move the slides. Okay.
Schön wie die Levone, lichtig wie die Sterne, von Himmel am Matone bist du mir zugeschickt. Mein Glück hab ich gewonnen, wenn ich habe dich gefunden. Scheinst wie tausend Sonnen aus mein Herz beglückt. Deine zähnlich weiße Perle, mit deine schöne Augen, deine Händler, deine Herrle, hast mich zugezeugen, schön wie die Levone, lichtig wie die Sterne, von Himmel am Matone, bist du mir zugeschickt.
Talking.
Der Moich ist mir zu mischt, ich geh ja rum zu Chicht, weiß allein nicht, was ich find. Ich schäm sich, ich bin reut, die Zung ist bei mir teut. Ich kann nicht sagen, was ich will. Du bist da rein zu mir, in Herzen auf Quartier. Ich tracht wie zu sagen dir, also du bist. Glück hab ich gewonnen, wenn ich habe dich gefunden. Scheiß wie tausende Sonnen, hast mein Herz beglückt. Deine zähnlich weiße Perle, mit deine schöne Augen, deine Händele, deine Herrle, hast mich zugezeugen, schön wie die Levone. Lichtig wie die Sterne von Himmel am Matone, bist du mir zugeschieden. Bist du mir zugeschieden.
Yes, Bonnie? You're muted.
Yeah, I missed the very beginning. What's the translation of the title? Tzitze? Stitze?
No. We are not yet there. We just finished the Stitze is the story. We haven't finished the song.
Oh, I'm at the story. I'm in the wrong page. I was only reading on the screen. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Getting ahead of myself.
Okay. Any comments or anyone has anything to say before we move to the story?
A großen Dank. I heard this all my life, and now to be able to understand most of it, I mean, it is such a joy. Thank Dank.
It's a very special song. I think if you grew up with Yiddish, your family sang it all the time.
Oh, I just heard it. Yeah, I don't know if they even sang it. It was just kind of in the atmosphere.
WUTD used to play it with the Barry sisters.
The Barry sisters, sure. Well, we had the recordings, of course.
But yeah. I did it in my show in a medley, but I started off with my Yiddish Mädele into Shane Vidilabuna. I put them together as a medley. So it was even nicer. And I didn't do that middle part where she's singing. And I never ended a song down. You know, she ended it down.
Okay, every singer has its own things, Cookie. So
I have a question. I have a real question. What is the difference between dir and dich? Hast du mir, dir geschickt or dich geschickt?
Dir is the accusative. It's a direct object. Dir is dative. It's indirect object.
I don't understand the direct object.
If you say
ich hab dich lieb or ich hab dir lieb? What would be the difference?
No, ich hab dich, because you're the direct object of the verb hab lieb. I love you. So it's dich. But if you're saying I'm giving you a book, the book is the direct object. The you is dir. Ich geb dir a bichu.
It would be as though in English it was to you.
Right.
Exactly. Dich is to you.
You. It's indirect.
Okay, I see that Rafael raised his hand. So Rafael.
Yeah, first I agree completely. But secondly, in Northern Yiddish, that is Lithuanian, Litvish Yiddish, the accusative has mostly dropped out. And so you'll have dir for both purposes, which is very confusing. So in the Northern Yiddish, it's ich hab dir lieb, not ich hab dich lieb. Whereas in all the other dialects, it's ich hab dich lieb.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll keep it in mind the next time I go to Latvia.
Okay,
Sicher.
why not?
And I am happy I speak a Galicianer Yiddish.
Right on. Power to the people. Right.
Yeah.
So Morris, you're expecting everyone to say that to you when you go.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So at the end of last week, Luisa gave us an introduction to Argentina, but she focused on the, you know, on education in Argentina and more recent. So when she was in the education system in Argentina. So, but today we are going far back from to the end of the 19th century and the beginning of the 20th, and the settlements that the Baron Hirsch started in Argentina, and that Jews from Eastern Europe flocked there. Not too many came, but still there was it was a nice, you know, it was like, it's not exactly the kibbutzim, but like the moshavim that were in Argentina. You cannot, I see people raise their hand, so maybe we will give them Steve and Bonnie. Steve?
Oh, no, sorry.
Steve, but you're muted.
Oh, I just wanted to mention to everybody, and I don't know how late I'll be able to stay today, but at 2 o'clock Eastern time, I don't know what time it is wherever you are, the officials Yiddish group, or FEIG, has a speaker. This will be entirely in Yiddish. So, but you have a speaker that is going to be talking about Jewish gauchos and stuff like that, which is very interesting. I've heard, I don't know if I've heard her speak before, but I've spoken to people who've talked about, you know, growing up in Moisesville and you know, Jewish gauchos and things like that. So that's all. I just wanted to mention that to all of you.
I sent the link.
Yeah,
oh, I did not realize. I apologize.
Yeah, she sent
Oh,
it.
I can
Also,
do it again when we finish.
You
It's
can,
at 1 o'clock.
If you cannot do it live, you can join it afterwards, and because they are putting everything online as well. They're
Right.
putting the lectures online as well. So if you cannot join right away, you can join later and hear it.
Will someone be able to send us that link?
I'll send it when the class is over.
Beverly already sent it.
Yeah, but I can send it again. I'll send it when the class is over.
Okay.
It's 1 o'clock Houston time.
Yeah.
So we have an hour. Yeah, no problem.
So anyway, that was one of the experiments of Jewish settlements, in some other places that are not in Israel. And there were some, I don't know, I think about 10 or maybe a bit less settlements in Argentina as well. And we will read a little bit about them in our stories. So, any questions before we start? Okay, so let's start. Okay, so not this, just a moment. It's not this, it's this. So we will start with Yiddish colonias in Argentina, and it is a memoir of someone that lived there. So the memoir starts off how they got there and what was the role of, of the Baron Hirsch and his organization there. So, Michael Fissman, can you read, please?
Sure. Stütze, support. Maar nog eerder, wir sind herausgefordert von Russland. Even before we left Russia, haben wir gewusst, we knew, als der Baron Hirsch geht die Kolonisten monatliche Stütze zum Leben. We knew that Baron Hirsch gave the colonists a monthly support to live. Die Sache ist uns gewesen ein bisschen I'm not sure kasher is Hebrew, but
Kasher.
Yiddish kasher. Although I knew that the matter was a little bit difficult for us, but in dem Nortenstädtel, because in the nearby little town clinic, in the nearby town.
Can we have a cursor?
Yeah, you have the cursor.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't find
You
it.
see,
Oh.
that's the
Oh, there
cursor.
we go. Okay, okay. Okay.
Then an unbekommen brief von einem. Letters arrived from someone, Leib Rubenstein. Leib Rubenstein was es gehat herausgefordert von Klinik mit der zuvor Candidates Israel, who had left clinic with the idea of traveling to Israel, to the land of Israel. Nur mit der Familie zusammen mit noch Emigranten sind verhalten geworden, but he together with he and his family, together with other immigrants, were kept back in Constantinople. Und noch eine Zeit von plogen sich, and after a time of trying very hard, sind sie durch die...
No, I think plogen sich is that they
struggle.
Yeah, suffering.
After a time of suffering, they sind sie durch die Agenten von Baron Hirsch abgeschickt geworden. They were sent by some agents of Baron Hirsch, abgeschickt geworden mit der Bewussterschiff Pampa with the known, they were sent away with the well-known ship Pampa zu kolonisieren sie in seine Kolonies in Argentina, to colonize, that they should be colonists in his colonies in Argentina. What der Leib Rubenstein hat geschrieben zu seiner Kräuven in Klinik, the same Leib Rubenstein wrote to his relatives in Klinik, als in Argentina schleppen die Räder von Wegener mit Butter, that in Argentina you lubricate the wheels of the wagons with butter. Cavernas und Genius essen von eigenem Garten, melons and squash you eat from your own garden. Maranzen essen a ganz keilig Jahr, and you eat oranges the whole year round. Weiße Challah essen inmitten der Woche. You eat white challah in midweek. Fleisch essen zweimal in Tag. You eat meat twice a day. When der Baran Hirsch gets and all of this, Baran Hirsch is giving you support. Haben wir sich nicht gekannt erklären. We couldn't sort it out. We couldn't consider, ob dort ist Farana Shefa, that there is such a plentifulness, an abundance, is supposed to stitzer. If there is such an abundance, why do you need support? Scientific allein in Argentina ist für uns die Rettenisch aufgeklärt geworden. When we were eventually in Argentina, the riddle was solved for us.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Any questions until now?
Beautiful reading.
Yeah. Rafael, yes, please.
Yeah, I just looked up this town Krenik is kind of halfway between Bialystok and Grodno. So if you want to know where it is, there it is. There it is.
Oh, okay, thank you. Good. Barbara?
Yeah, the expression or the words Zayn Dit Elaine. Could you translate those two for me? I'm not clear. As it mean on one's own? Once they were on one's
being
own?
ourselves in, as we are in.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, Barbara.
Yeah.
Guys, I've sent you quite a lot of material. You don't have to read everything. But if you want to get an idea, you know, of the history there, and I sent you short things. I didn't send you the whole books. So if you want just an idea of what is the background to what we are reading, so you have it. Louisa?
Yeah, I think that this may be a borrowing from actually Argentinian Spanish, this Zeyendik Alain, meaning being. That Zeyendik, it seems like a progressive form. So it's being alone in Argentina.
But I think it's also an Yiddish construction, isn't it?
I would not be surprised because it's also part of all the Romance languages, and Yiddish has a very early influence from Old French in that regard.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, Mariv, it was okay. Before this, Morty, yes.
Yeah, I think that when they say Zeyndik Alain, it doesn't mean being alone. It means being ourselves in.
Yes,
that we are in.
Yes.
Not alone.
Okay. I hear you. Alain,
Okay.
I was more focused on Zeyendik than on.
Okay.
Okay. Mariv, it was okay?
Yeah. Okay, so Shtitsa is stipend.
Stipend, supports.
Spot in this next bit, okay?
Yeah. Just a moment before you start, Bonnie, yes?
Oh, did you say Shtitsa is a stipend?
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I guess there was so much about the Zeyendik Alain, but just when they were alone, by the way, I don't know if it's possible for the translator to slow down a little, but for me to read the Oasis and hear the English at the same time, almost at the same time, it's a little schnell, but I mean, it's the opposite of schnell, but it's a little fast. If you could indulge me just to slow down a little. But Zeyendik Alain, since I'm just not even getting the gist of this because it's going so fast, but are they alone because they're in a...
No. It's like what Morty said. It's like what Morty said. Morty, can you repeat it?
Yes. In this case, Zeyendik Alain means as we are there, as we ourselves are there, like we are witnesses of the situation, being there in that place. Zeyendik means, in this case, means being, and Alain means we are there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Bonnie? Okay. So, Rafael, yes?
Yeah, one of the confusions here is that this particular spelling doesn't use the Pasach Tzveyuden. It's Zeyendik, not Zeyendik. Zeyendik, being ourselves in Argentina, then the puzzle became clarified.
Yeah.
So being ourselves, and it's Zeyendik.
Okay, guys. So the ayin is surplusive, yeah? You don't need it.
No, the ayin is necessary. It's Zayin is the infinitive, but Zeyendik is the gerund.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay, thanks.
I think it's the difference in the dialect pronunciation.
Yes, because, excuse me, because the Litvish that I learned in school, the W is pronounced always A. Always.
Yeah, and in the south is Zeyendik.
Yeah.
So from the way I learned Yiddish, this Zeyendik is absolutely correct because you need to say A, Zay, and then the ayin for E. Zeyendik.
But if it had a dash under the A, the two yuds, it would be Zeyendik.
Exactly.
And
but they may have left it out.
And it's also Yivo. So,
yes.
I mean, that's the way I'm learning it. So, yes. So the standard way. But
yeah.
Rochelle?
Idiomatically, wouldn't it be to see for oneself?
Yeah, right. That's what I think. Yeah.
That's what I agree. I thought.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It meant to see for oneself, to be there for oneself.
That's what I thought.
The foil is an answer.
No, certainly not.
Okay.
That would be Zeyendik. This is Zeyendik. And even in the northern accent changes oi to a, but doesn't change I. So Zayendik. And the only in the southern accent, it might be Zayendik instead of Zayendik. But it's otherwise in every accent, it's Zayendik being. Has nothing to do with the verb to see, it's the verb to be.
Yes, and the meaning of it is being in Argentina yourself.
Yes, like Morty said, yes.
Yeah.
Morty, you have to add anything?
Yeah. Just to confirm what Rafael said, in this case, the origin for the word Zayendik is not to see Zain, but Zan, to be.
Okay, we settled it. I think any more and we will get confused. Okay, so Mariv, go on.
Okay. Oif morgen noch Shavuos, in the morning after Shavuot, is gekommen zuvor a Beamter von der Yiki. Now, I have a question about this one. An officer came, seems like, who had traveled from the Yiki. Nobody.
No, ICA, Yiddish Colonization Association, the Jewish Colonization Association. It was established by the Baron Hirsch in 1891, and it was an organization that was meant to help the Jews settle in the colonies in Argentina. So it's either ICA or
we were trying to
JCA.
look the word up in dictionaries and it wasn't there.
No, but you have to know what is ICA because we learned about it in school. So the moment I say ICA, I know what it is, but not everyone learned in Israel.
Zena, can you show where the cursor is?
Okay, you see the cursor? Here
Yeah, now I see it. Okay, done.
Okay.
Und hat gebracht für jede Familie a convert and gave each family an envelope in which, in welchen es ist gelegen die Stütze, in which lay the stipend. Okay, so far?
Yeah, good so far.
8 pesos a koidish, 8 pesos a month, for jeden Eltern von 10 Jahren, for each older than 10 years, und 4 pesos for jüngere von 10, for jüngere von 10 Jahren, for those younger than 10 years. Unsere Mishpucha, our family, was is bestanden von 9 Person, which consisted of 9 persons, hat bekommen 68 pesos, received 68 pesos, was hat gemacht a guten Reuschen auf uns allemen, which made a good impression on all of us. So they thought that was a lot of money, evidently. They were happy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, the mathematical question is how many people more than 10 years and how many people less than 10 years? Okay.
Yeah, we don't know we can't.
No, I'm kidding.
Nach dem schweren Joch, after the heavy burden von Parnosa, of making a living, von welchen mir haben so viel gelitten, is that how you say it? Gelitten? From which we had so much suffering in the letzte paar York in the last few years, war unser Opfern von Schwislach. In the last few years before our departure from Schwislach. It's actually, we looked it up, was Poland maybe, and now it's Belarus maybe, and it's now said Swislach. We think. Okay. Und die dosige extreme Änderung and the same severe changes zu bekommen a farteke Parnosa, to be able to have a ready-made livelihood, gleich in Stub Arin,
Right.
in our houses, is given for uns, it is to us as is to us an Überraschung nicht zum beschreiben, a surprise beyond description. Okay, that works?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, go on.
Der Tata hat bekommen dem Convert gesagt. Father, receiving the envelope, said, it's past tense, right? A Dank. Allebei mir Sohn es nicht bedarfen. Thanks. This one is very confusing. Thanks, God willing, we will not need it, the stipend.
Yes, exactly.
I thought it might mean thanks, God willing, we will lack for nothing. No?
No, that we will not need it, that we will
We
not
will
need the
need the
Stitze. Yeah.
stipend. Okay, so this is wrong. Okay, good. Die Stütze is gegeben geworden in Form von a Halvoa. The stipend was given in the form of a loan, and I'm assuming Halvoa is from the Hebrew, right?
Yes, it's Hebrew.
Okay. Es ist verschrieben geworden auf jeden einem's Cheshbon. It was recorded in each one's account, zusammen mit alle anderen Krediten, was wir haben bekommen, together with every other credit that we had received, such as inventory.
Maybe it's inventory and it's a
Yeah,
mistake.
like inventory.
I think it might have been inventory.
Inventory, okay, maybe. Gebedes is like structures?
No, Gebäudens is housing.
Houses, okay.
Like inventory, what I think is what they bought, like how many animals they bought, or the feeding for animals, something for this.
Mm-hmm. And other things. Aber noch, dem ist das Geschenk geworden. Now, somebody explain this, but after the loan was forgiven or made into a gift.
Yes.
So in other words, they were keeping a record of what everybody was getting and, buying and selling and everything. But then they wrote it off like, okay, we know we have a record that you got this, but we're not going to ask you to pay it back. That was
probably they couldn't pay back. I have the feeling that they just couldn't pay back. So.
Oh. But they kept a careful record, just so
they kept the
had
record.
given it to and everything. Yeah. Die Stütze in jener Jahren is gewähren. The stipend in those years was, wie man sagt es in Spanish, as one says it in Spanish, un mal necesario, a necessary evil. Der Heshedek hat euch gefressen das Farzeta, when the swarm of locusts had devoured the sown fields, is nicht gewesen kein ander Brera wie unzukommen noch Stütze. And there was no other choice but to resort to the stipends, right? Bis es hoben sich zugehodevet Kelbela. Until they were able to raise little calves, und der Kolonist hat gekannt allein sich verteidigen mit eigenen Mitteln, and the colonists were able to take care of themselves with their own living.
Thank you. Good. Any questions, Beverly?
Challenge, Minna, but I enjoyed it.
Good. Beverly, I saw that you raised your hand before, Beverly.
Well, we'd have to go back, so I don't know if you want to bother. But the word
why not bother? It's not a problem.
Wait, where is that? Oh shoot. It's the word Alain or I didn't have the dash under the two. There were two yuds without the dash. Arain.
Arain, maybe in Stubarain?
You could say Arain, but it needed the dash underneath to say, which is what we say, Arain, in Stubarain. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
They
Yes,
don't put
ma'am.
the dash, but they should have, I think.
Right.
How I learned.
Yeah. Okay.
Otherwise, we
Yes.
say Arain, which is wrong. It's Arain. Anyway.
Okay. Thank you, Beverly. Yeah. Morty?
Yes, I wanted, sorry, I wanted to answer your question, Mina. It was 8 adults and 1 child.
Okay.
Bravo! Bravo!
Wonderful.
Just to let you know how bad I am in math, I'm still working on it.
Okay. Okay. So
The
this is the
question.
Michael, yes?
Yeah, I was just wondering about the pronunciation of Cheshbon, because as I remember it in our family, it was pronounced Cheshm.
Yes,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
right. Chesem.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Cheshbon is in Hebrew, but in Yiddish you say it like your
Chesem,
family
yeah.
said it. Yes. Yeah.
Cheshbon.
Yeah, Cheshbon. Any more? Yeah, I see Louisa. Yeah.
Well, that is because there's the pronunciation over time becomes the sounds from the word heshbon, for example, they become assimilated into one indistinguishable sound in that case, and that's why you remember heshbon instead of heshbon, because it's hard to pronounce heshbon. That's why I think that's. In linguistics, it's called assimilation.
Okay, thanks. So any more comments about,
Yes,
just...
I have a question on the last sentence. There are several words that I thought were not very clear.
Okay, I have it here.
For example, in the last, it was the last sentence. Maybe we can go over the
Until
yeah,
they
for
raise.
example, that one.
To raise.
Until they grew up, until they grew up, or until they were raised.
And the kelbelech would be the cow.
Small one, yeah.
Okay.
And what are the Mitteln?
Mitteln is emtsai.
The
Emtsai is
means.
Means.
I'm sorry. What does it mean?
Through their own means. Through their own
ways.
The means. Okay. And I just wanted to comment on Marie's reading, which I so appreciate. And I love that the reading, hearing it in Yiddish, and then immediately in English, and then Marie, your embellishments, because I think if we read it a little slower, and then we can digest what's really happening. But again, I don't read as quickly as everyone else, but just getting that feeling. I think, again, kind of that one sentence at a time, if anyone cares to do that, but thank you.
Okay, so that was just a piece of, the history of colonization, what it meant, to get the shtitze and how they started. Yeah, Louisa, I see your hand again. Louisa?
Yeah, I wanted, I just thought of that a couple of days ago. There is a recent book about the Baron Hirsch that I bought. It's called The Baron. I don't know if you've heard about it or are familiar with it, but it came out just a few months ago, recently. And it's written by, the reason I bought it is that it's written by Matthias Lehmann, who is an outstanding historian of the Jews of the Ottoman Empire. And I read the comment about it. And of course, I bought it because I buy and I read, haven't read this one yet, but I read other writings by Matthias Lehmann. He is a German researcher who converted to Judaism. And I met him years ago at a conference. Brilliant, brilliant. And he writes in this book, first of all, that the Baron Hirsch was very involved in philanthropy in the Ottoman Empire. And that's why I guess it's no coincidence that the ship was going through Constantinople and then he was approached by agents in Constantinople. Because again, but the Baron Hirsch was very involved in the Ottoman Empire. And then this book has a huge chapter, which again, I have not read, on it's called the discovery. First of all, one of them is philanthropy in the Ottoman Empire. And then there is another one that's called the discovery of Argentina. So it was as a consequence of his philanthropy work in the Ottoman Empire that somehow he became involved. And I'm not well versed on the subject, but I find it fascinating that
The title, what's the first word? What's the first word?
Thank you.
For the
What is
book,
Yes.
The Baron.
the Baron,
The Baron.
What?
the Baron,
The
the Baron.
T-H-E.
T-H-E, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was. That shows how important he was, other than Rothschild. After the Rothschilds, he was number one. After, of course, after the Rothschild, he was
So
very.
Lehman, can you spell Lehman?
Yes.
Can you just, maybe, can you write it in the chat?
Okay, yes.
Write it in the chat and then people will be able to access it.
Yeah,
Okay, thank
he
you.
is a fascinating historian.
Okay, so write it in the chat, please. Daniel, yes?
Hey, forgive having the camera off. I'm just an absolute mess at the moment.
No problem.
I felt it was worth mentioning as well, talking about the Jewish colonization programs. There was a recent write-up in Jacobin magazine that stressed the different class elements of the German Jewry in New York. And let's say, antagonism and tension between them and Eastern European Jews that they're trying to settle inland in like Iowa and Missouri. And I thought that was really interesting.
Okay,
Yes,
thank you. Can you also write it in the chat maybe so we can access it?
Yeah, I'll find the article and I'll put it in the chat. Just give me a few minutes.
Thank you.
That's why they sent Jews to Texas, because they didn't want them going to New York. And so they opened up Galveston as a port of entry. It's the same thing.
Yeah, let them suffer the hurricanes, yeah. Okay, Susan, please, Susan. Susan?
Beidis Aleph Aleph. Was is this?
Where is this? This Aleph Aleph?
Un andere.
Un andere.
Un andere. It's like etc.
Aber nachdem ist das geschenkt geworden. But after this, it was given.
It was given as a present, yeah.
It was given as a present, yes.
Yeah.
It was gifted.
Yeah.
Stitte is in jene Jahren is given what the money they gave was in those years, wie man sucht es in Spanish, the way you say it in Spanish. Un mal
necesario.
Un mal necesaria. And if it's mal in Spanish.
Necesario.
Necesario. Even if it's not necessary.
No,
Evil.
No.
Evil.
Yeah.
Evil. It is a necessary evil.
What is mal in Spanish?
Evil. El mal.
Un mal necesario.
Un mal necesario. Necessary evil.
Heisherik hot.
No, we already read it, Susan. Susan, we already read it, okay?
We read this.
We read this already. Marie finished it, so.
You called on her because she had her hand up.
Yeah, I saw your hand up, so yeah, but we already read it, Susan. So.
Oh, I had my hand. You talking about me?
Yeah, you had your hand up. That's why I called on you. Yeah.
I had my hand up. I wanted to show you. Let's see. If you can see it, this book, Los Gauchos Judíos.
Yeah.
which is very well known in Argentina. It was written by Alberto Gerchunov, and it's stories about the gauchos on the Argentine Pampa.
Okay.
And you can get it in English too, the Jewish gauchos. And the author is Alberto Gerchunov, and tells about their early days and their families and their adventures.
Okay.
And it's,
Thank you.
I mean, this is a reprint, but it was in the, I would think in the early 1900s.
Okay, thank you. Alvin?
Yeah, yes, because I always learn something from Louisa, and I don't want to miss this opportunity. This is an aside about an aside. You said something about French and Old Yiddish, Old French and Old Yiddish. What were you referring to?
Because I'm sorry. What I'm discussing, what I'm referring to in that regard is that because they say, and maybe some of you who are more knowledgeable than myself can chip in, but according to my readings, the formation and the development of Jews was centered in the region that alternated between being German and being French, the area of Alsace-Lorraine in France. That sometimes it was German, sometimes it was French. So that's the beginning of Yiddish before the Yiddish-speaking Jews. Let's remember that, according to what I know, the origins on the Germanic side of Yiddish are of some kind of Proto-German that has some kind of Proto-German dialect that has been lost. Apparently, and Refoel or Morty or any of you, please correct me if I'm wrong. But from my readings of the history of Yiddish, the Germanic side was a German proto language that was lost, and then they ended up in that area that constantly changed hands between the Germans and the French. Then the Jews went to the Slavic, first to the Czech and Czechoslovak areas, and then from there to Poland and to Russia.
Well, I know that Rashi often occasionally substituted French words for Aramaic words when he couldn't figure out another alternative.
But in the case of Russia, it may be for a different reason. I don't know. But my first thought is French was extremely popular in Russia during the 19th century. So the higher classes in Russia spoke most of the time a lot of French. So it could have come from there.
Well, I think you misunderstood me. I didn't say Russia. I said Rashi. That Rashi used French words.
Of course, because it's very possible, because Rashi, of course, was French. And as a matter of fact, he is from the area of Troyes in France. I don't know if anybody has been to that area. It's not far from Paris. And there's still a school that's called under his name in France.
Okay. Morty, please.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell Luisa that she is correct. I gave a talk in my synagogue about the origins of Yiddish. And in fact, I was, while you were talking, I was trying to find the information that I have. I don't know where the files is, but if I find it, I'll send it to you.
Thank you. There is also an article from one of the early Weinreich articles about that Latin component in Yiddish. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that Yiddish compared to German is a less complex structure. So because when languages become creoles like that, they tend to be more straightforward and less complicated, which is the case if you compare Yiddish with German.
Yeah, Weinreich does have information, and also Dovet Katz
Yeah,
Yes,
David Katz
yes,
is more up to date.
yes,
David
yes.
Katz is more up to date.
Right.
Morty,
I
again,
agree,
if
and thank you. I agree, and
Morty,
thank you so much. And I also
Morty,
think,
just a
sorry.
moment. Morty, if you find your lecture, please send it to Beverly and she will forward it to the class.
Will do.
Yeah.
Or
I
give us the,
listened to it. It was really interesting. So, yeah.
present the lecture to us, Morty. Maybe you should.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Oh,
Yeah.
that.
Anyway, guys, let's move on because we can discuss Yiddish origins, really. So let's.
But thank you, Morty.
Sure.
That's what I did.
Now I want to ask you something. If you see this, can you see this?
Yes.
And it says Mosesville because I
Yes.
changed the. Okay, because I did something that I'm doing the first time. So okay, so it worked. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't
Refoil.
read it yet.
Okay, so those are letters that people that lived in Mosesville, and we heard about Mosesville because Maurice sent us the song about Mosesville, the pride of Argentina and everything. From the letters, you can see that it was not always the pride of Argentina, there were other problems there. So, Refoil, can you start reading it? Mosesville?
Mosesville, the erste Yiddische Kolonie, the first Jewish colony in Argentina, zu die 65 Jahre sind der Gründung, at the 75th anniversary of its founding.
So just let me, so of course I didn't bring you the whole book. I just brought you the letters. Just a moment. Why is it blue? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So please.
Gewinn is a Sach abhängig von der Charakter von einem Briefsteller. A lot depended on the character of now a briefschreiber is the person writing the letter. It can also be a professional to whom you go to write letters for you if you're not able to write them yourselves. Von seinen Natius to pessimism, it depended on his bending, his inclination, that's it, his inclination to pessimism oder optimism or optimism. Aber doch bekommt sich a feiner Reinblick. But still, we get a fine view in die Überlebungen, into the experiences von die neu herabgebrachte in die jiddische schwere Jahren, of the experiences of those who had recently been brought there in those first difficult years. Bringen mir da, so here we bring Auszügen, snippets von 6 Brief, of 6 letters, 3 von 1899 und 3 von 1901, 3 from 1899 and 3 from 1901. Schreibt Sora Dlugowitzki in 1899. This is what Sarah Dlugowitzki writes in 1899. As men is verschickt geworden so weit, we've been exiled so far away. Von ein Kolonie zu der zweiter is 3 miles. The distance between one colony and the next one over is 3 miles. Wenn man geht raus, sieht man nur Himmel und Erd. If you walk outside, all you can see is sky and earth. Das ist nicht wie in Stadt. It's not like in the town. Mir ist da besser wie in Slonim. For me, it's better than back home in Slonim. Von deswegen, nonetheless, denke ich noch a städtischen Leben. I still yearn for a life in the town. Bela Heller schreibt demselben Jahr zu ihr Bruder Beryl Trumper. Bela Heller writes in that same year, 1899, to her brother Beryl Trumper. Wir haben geschnitten 10 Hektar alfalfa. We have reaped 10 hectares of alfalfa. Haben wir gelesen 100 pesos, and we earned from that 100 pesos. Haben wir gekauft zwei mestize jegves. We purchased two buckwheat, rasova shkapis. It's a brown colored horses, mares. Yeah. This word jegves, unusual. Okay.
In Spanish, it's yeguas. That's right.
That's what it is. Then. Okay, it's a Spanish word. Zweijährige, they're 2 years old. Sie kosten zu 175 pesos jedes. Each one costs 175 pesos. In Russland wollten sie gekostet zu 500 ruble. In Russia, they would have cost as much as 500 ruble. As Gott wird euch bringen b'shalom, if God will bring you here in peace, wollen wir fahren zu der Stanzia auf See. We'll be able to travel to the railway station riding those horses.
Stanzia would be the ranch.
The ranch, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
it could mean either because it's if you come here. But all right, if you come here, we'll be able to go to the Estancia. It could be the Estancia, the ranch, on the horses. Derweil, meanwhile, spannen wir sie nicht. We do not bridle them. Wir müssen machen für sie extra comentes. We have to make for them extra, what's the Spanish word, comenta?
I found horse color in Yiddish. I found it in the dictionary as a horse color.
Is it jomentes, do you think?
Yeah, a jomet. A jomet or jomet is a bridle. It's a bridle. Yeah. So, right, yeah.
Okay.
And it's not Spanish. It just looked like it might be because I didn't recognize it.
No, Vinkl has it in the dictionary, so.
Yeah, I have it in mind too. Jomet or joment.
Jomente, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Rafael. Yeah, Luisa, yes.
Yeah, that word in brackets that we have in this paragraph where it says the first one, rozove, isn't it?
Rasove. Rasove.
What does it mean? Because I would say I would read it as that it could be pink, right? A pink color. I don't know.
That would be rozove.
Rozove, yeah.
Yeah, mestice.
I think
I'm not sure. I translated that as brown colored, but that was just a
guess. No, because mestice.
Just a moment. I think that Karen has a solution. Karen?
I think it's racial or mixed race.
Because mestice.
Exactly. Mestice. Yeah.
Okay.
Mestice.
So a mixed race mares. Okay.
That's Spanish, mestizo.
Claro.
Makes sense.
That works. Brasova can mean racial.
Okay.
So mixed race worked well.
Mixed race, yeah. Mestizo in Spanish.
Thank you. Marsha, are you ready?
Noch optimistischer ist Matthew Garabolski, welcher schreibt in 1899. After being optimistic is Matthew or Matthias Garabolski geschrieben. He wrote in 1899.
Yeah, but what it says here that he was more optimistic than the others before him.
He was more what?
More optimistic.
Oh,
even more optimistic. Even more optimistic was this guy. Yeah. Okay.
Wir haben gebaut Stub for unser Geld. We bought a house for our money. Kosten $500 pesos. It cost $500 or pesos. Haben wir zwei Häuser, Zimmern, two rooms houses.
I think that he meant that he has the house has 2 rooms.
Yeah.
See,
This is
what
what I
has
think.
2 rooms? Sag mir,
Yeah, the house has 2 rooms.
the house has 2 rooms. Mir bald,
Mir fehlt.
God forbid, it's a short, it's an acronym, Halila.
חס וחלילה.
Chas v'cholila. Garnished. God forbid, we don't have anything.
No, we don't.
We don't lack
Lacking
anything.
for nothing.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
we don't lack it, of course. Yeah, we don't lack anything. Meer Geld, meer Split.
Felt. Mir felt.
Unschuldig. Mir fällt nur als meine arme Schwester sollen kommen. Meine Schwester sollen kommen mit möglich sollte gar nicht sorgen. My sister should come with her daughters and they won't have anything to worry about. Ihr wird tun mit sie die beste shidduchim. She'll get the best shidduch, marriage
Matches.
proposal. Yeah, and yes.
No, Yud, that's the, probably God knows what is
The name.
Yeah.
Oh, and Yud is the name? Okay.
The first initial.
It's the initial, the first initial. So we don't know.
So it's Yud Berezovsky. Brezovsky. Schreibt in zweiter Brief als
Chosen.
of course, as a chosen can men door kriegen gringe wie Talis that you can get a man a marriage to marry her faster than you can buy a talis, a prayer shawl.
Thank you, Marsha. Thank you. So why was it? Because mainly men came first. And so if a woman came, she could have a pick of chasonim.
Of grooms.
Of grooms. Yeah, of grooms. Okay, Barbara, can you go on?
No, I didn't. I didn't read this at all.
Okay,
I'm
no
sorry.
problem.
Apologize. Next time.
Can you back up on that one? I didn't quite, between if a man came versus if a woman.
No, that was, I added that, you know, the situation was like this, that there were a lot more men than women, but that's always in an immigration society, it's always the same, because first the men are coming and only afterwards the women are either are joining them or other women are coming. Yeah. Luisa?
Yeah, so what is Gringer, Viatale?
Gringer?
Easier.
Easier. By the
Easier.
way, I knew the name Berezovsky because I had a Berezovsky fellow student in my first Jewish school in Buenos Aires. So the people from Moisesville ended up, most of them in Buenos Aires.
Yes,
Later.
that's true. Yeah. Rafael, yes.
Yeah, the word gring used to be in the German language, but it fell out about 300 years ago. I know that because once I was finding myself speaking with someone from Switzerland. I was in Yiddish, she was in Swiss German, and I used the word
Yeah.
gring, and she laughed. She says, "I've seen that word in ancient poetry," and she understood it. But, so gring is a Germanic word, but no longer in German.
Yes.
Okay. 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 So if not Barbara, then Morty. Yeah, Alvin, yes.
Yeah, I told the story a long time ago, but many years ago, my cousin in Buenos Aires wanted to show me that his life is not so un-Jewish. So he took me to his sports club, a very nice club, very nice, called in those days Koach or HaKoach, I don't remember. Koach. And it was very nice. And he said, in this club, it's very Jewish. He said, Pesach, you can't find a single crumb of bread. Chazayah.
Okay. Good. Okay. Nice one, Alvin. Okay. Morty, can you go on, please?
Ja, Michal Kosianowski schreibt von Messesville in 1901. Michal Kosianowski wrote from Mosesville in 1901. Glaubt nicht die Bialystoker, wo schreiben kein Russland, nicht kein gute Neues. Do not believe those originally from Bialystok that write to Russia bad news, weil die Stadtleute seien gewohnt zu gehen mit Stecklich in Hand, because the city men, the city people are used to walk around with sticks in their hand, mit ein Cigar in Moil, with a cigar in their mouth, essen dem schittern Krupnik, in gehen in Gas, in Kalupen, sich die Zehn. They eat, I don't know how to translate schittern Krupnik.
Shitter is loose.
Loose, yeah.
But not
thin.
Not dense. The opposite of dense.
Yeah. And
Soupy?
What did you say?
Soupy, like a soup?
Yeah, like a soupy, yeah.
And they go in the street and
What's Krupenik?
Krupenik,
No,
I think it's
they pick
clean the teeth.
They pick their teeth.
They pick their teeth.
Yeah, they are picking their teeth.
In the streets. Von Leben mit dem Schwindel, from living with Schwindel. Sorry, my English.
Swindle is swindle.
Swindles. Yeah, living from swindles, and kein Arbeit in Feld wissen sie nicht, and they don't know anything about working the land. Von Kie melken wissen sie nicht. From milking the cows, they know nothing. Therefore, dacht sich sie, that's why they think as alles is unmöglich, that everything is impossible. Aber Asher Hallel lev git in a brief von 1901, but Asher Hillel Lev writes in a letter from 1901, Gur and Underbild, a completely different picture. Die Himmeln seien trockene, the skies are dry, das Land is filled mit Verem, the land is full of
Worms.
Worms. Thank you. Und Insekten and insects, Schleng und Ekedischen. Serpents. Snakes. Yeah. And Ekdischen, I don't know what Ekdischen.
Scorpions.
Scorpions. Interesting. and scorpions, was schädigen gu oft die Menschen, that attack very often the people. Those ontuichts in die Tvuis muss man halten in eisernem Kasten. Die those antuichts, the
Clothes.
clothing,
Clothes.
the clothing, and the wheat you have to hold in steel containers. Brood
Right.
in aluminium essenwerk, bread and all kinds of food is sehr teuer, is very expensive. Alles wird verlendet von Mais. Everything is destroyed by mice. Verum in andere Schleck, worms and other terrible things.
Pests. Schleck is
Yeah,
pests.
pests. Die Wassern sind fill mit Schlang. The waters are full of snakes, addition scorpions in crocodile and crocodiles. The key, the cows, bohayas,
Buhayes.
Hayes.
The bulls. Bulls.
Yeah,
The bull.
Buhayes und Pferd attackieren den Menschen wie wilde Hayes. The bulls and the horses attack the people like wild beasts. Euch seinen Faran Rotzchim, there's also robbers zwischen the Spanier und Lit din Velit Dayan. Robbers among the Spaniard. The Spanish?
Yeah, the Spanish people. The Spanish people.
Un lidin velid dayan. That's a Hebrew expression.
But it would be lis in Yiddish, lis.
Yeah, but that's not Hebrew, that's Aramaic.
Oh, that's why no.
No justice. There is no justice.
No justice and no judges.
Yeah, there is no justice.
Wow.
We will stop there and we'll continue next time. But about the Rotzrim, just I want to add that there was a pogrom in Moisesville in which a whole family was murdered. And why? Because they were Jews, or because they, I don't know, because like now people think that their parnusa is taken away from them, or just because the gang that attacked them was drunk, and it was a horrible pogrom, and it took a lot of, you know, of willpower from the settlers to regain their optimism about the place. So I think I sent you one article about the pogrom in Moisesville. So let's stop here at the Optimistische, and we will continue to read it next time.
Okay.
Any comments, any questions about what we read?
It's interesting, depending on who's writing it, the outlook, you know, one says it's good and come, and there's a lot of men, and the other says it's dangerous. So
Yeah.
it depends on who's writing it. But if you got this letter in your town, you wouldn't want to go there because it's scary.
Yeah. Maurice?
I just want to remind you that in the song Moisesville, it says Mashiach is showing due.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very optimistic outlook of what was there. But if you're interested, read the article I sent you about the pogrom in Moisesville. It's really, it's really, really interesting.
Send it or you will send it?
Sorry, I sent it when I sent everything on Thursday. I can send it again on Thursday.
Send it again.
Yeah, when I'm
Thanks.
sending.
I can resend it now.
Okay.
Amina?
Yes.
I just wanted to say regarding that lecture in Yiddish. Unfortunately, it wasn't taped, so I cannot send it. But I just put in the chat a map of the area in the frontier between Germany and France, where Yiddish started being developed.
Okay.
So you can see that little map there.
Anyway,
very
just so you
ancient.
know that it's not as simple as Louisa and Morty are claiming. It's not as simple. There are various theories, and the theories go from west to east or from east to west. So it's like, you know, in Mosesville, depends on who is writing. The same is with the origin of Yiddish. It depends on who is writing, because there are some that claim that it started in the east and goes to the west, and some, like, you know, Weinreich, and Katz is in the middle somewhere.
Yeah.
Because I think he says that it starts somewhere near Czechoslovakia.
Yes,
something.
but
Yeah.
he also
So-
recognizes that there are people who say that the origins are in Turkey and moved from
Exactly.
Turkey through the Slavic countries into Germany and France.
Exactly. I know personally the guy who say that it's from Turkey because he's a student of my husband.
At what
So
when in Turkey? In what period?
Oh,
I
in
have to-
around 900 or 1000.
Yeah, during the Silk Road period.
Yeah,
when
so
Wouldn't they have been speaking Ladino, or I don't know what, you know?
No, Ladino, as
no.
Luisa will say, it's much later.
It's much later.
Much later.
So
what-
I just wanted to say that it's not so black and white.
Thank
because
you.
there are
No,
many.
I've read all of the theories and they all sounded convincing.
Yeah.
Well,
But what is interesting is that, at least according to some writers, the name of the language that was originally developed into Yiddish was originally called Lutir, Lutir.
Ludir.
Okay.
Would
That's
that
interesting. This I didn't know. Okay.
would
I
that have
learned
been something with having to do with Latin, or
No.
no? Well,
That's marvelous.
I wanted to thank everyone for the discussion, because someone gave me one of Weinreich's books, and I think it's volume 2, and it's The Field of Yiddish. And this one talks about Hungary, and I haven't really read it. It was just sitting in my library, but now I'm going to read it. So
I may bring something that will have, you know, that we can discuss more of it, but I need to find, you know, a story or a text that will lead us to the discussion. So
yeah.
So
Great.
that's, you know, because the discussion are always emanating from a text. So that's, I will find something after we finish with Argentina.
How do you spell that word? Because I can't find it. Lutir?
Yes, Lutir.
Google,
Okay.
Google's not doing a good job.
Okay, yeah. But anyway, any comments about Argentina, about what we read here?
It's very
Okay, so next week we will finish the letters. I think there is only one letter left, and then we will start like a chapter from a memoir, slash novel by Mimi Pinzon, and we will read this chapter. I think it will take us quite a while. It's not an easy read, but we will do it together. We will overcome it together. So
Shall overcome.
Overcome. Anyway, I have a request. If you read it by yourself, please let me know if you understand the end of it, because I couldn't understand the end of it, and I communicated with a friend. I communicated with John, and she couldn't understand the end of it either. And I said, well, but I have really, you know, the class, we have really clever people in the class. Maybe they will know, maybe they will understand the end. So if you read it to the end, please let me know, or we will do it in class. We will discuss it in class.
Are you're referring to our next class, or you're referring to what you
Yes,
said?
to our next class, to the story
Okay.
that we are going to read next class.
I thought you were talking about what you sent. Okay.
No, this one,
I'll
no.
try.
No, I already sent it, but I will resend it. Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
Excuse me,
yeah, Claire.
Mina, what is the
Yes.
name of the text? I
The
see so
text is
many.
Der Oif on Fenster.
What? Der Oif?
On Fenster.
The whole phone thing.
I
Okay,
will send it again. I will resend it,
Good.
okay? Just to be
Good. Well
on
done.
the safe side. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Mina, you're
Bye.
phenomenal.
Sei gesund alle.
חודש טוב.
Es ist Rosh Chodesh,
זה
okay.
ראש חודש.
Chodesh, okay.
ראש
so
חודש
Rosh-
אלול.
That's right.
Oh, don't like
Yeah.
Elul.
Well,
Okay.
what can we do? It comes
Yeah.
anyway, like
Yeah.
it or not.
Yeah, you have to rake your soul.
Yeah, okay.
Mi blue
Thank you
scheufe.
all. Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.